All right. How is everybody doing out there today? 1 second there. All right, so let me just test the audio, make sure everybody can hear me. If you guys could hear me, if you could just post a comment so that I know you can hear me. I want to make sure. Let's see here. All right, I think it's a little delay here as well. If you guys can hear me, can you go ahead and put a 1 in the chat? You can hear me, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Also, if you guys would do me a favor, please share this live. Please share this live, okay? Please share this live. That would be awesome if you would do that for me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, can you guys try to make sure I can see your comments popping up? If you guys could go ahead and comment. I'm actually going live in multiple places today, so I'm trying to just make sure everything is working properly. So if you guys could go ahead and just put a comment in the chat, let me know that you hear me. Um, we are going live on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook today. Okay. So I want to make sure everybody hears me in all those platforms. So, guys, give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. Hey, Tarita, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody follow some directions today. All right, y'all. No, I'm coughing, of course, as soon as I get on live. All right. Well, first, let me just thank everybody for joining me today on Facebook Live. Let me just double check, make sure it's live on my other platforms as well. Give me 1 second here. I'm not seeing it, but hopefully it is. We'll see. All right. All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. For those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Tiffany Murphy. Y'all see it back there? Ooh, ooh. Actually, my doctorate is not up there. That's my bachelor's and master's back there. But I am Dr. Tiffany Murphy. I am an income tax professional based out of Richmond Hill, Georgia. We also have an office in Irving, Texas as well. Currently working out of our Richmond Hill office. We do both individual as well as small business tax returns. And we also offer virtual filing as well. So you don't have to come to the office. We have clients all around the United States and we can serve you. So if you are looking to file your taxes, Taxmaster Plus. Yeah, so you can trust the master, okay? So if you are looking to file your taxes, we would definitely love to earn your business. Please make sure you share this live, guys. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So today I want to talk to you guys about something that we get questioned about a lot, okay? And that is single versus head of household, right? Single versus head of household. So most clients that ask about this, they want to know, does it really affect my refund? Will I get more money back if I file head of household versus single? So I'm going to dispel any of those rumors that you guys have about single versus head of household. I've heard so much misinformation. I've heard misinformation from individuals. I've heard it from tax preparers. Okay. So I'm going to give it to you straight. No chaser today. All right. So first, let me just tell you the IRS's definition of single. And I'm ad-libbing. I'm not reading off anything. I'm just talking to you off the top of my head, okay? So if a person files single, Typically, that person is unmarried. They either have a dependent or they don't. Okay. So we're going to talk about it in regards to them having dependents. Okay. So we're going to disregard those like myself who may not have any dependents. And we're going to strictly talk about single versus head of household when you have dependents. So if someone is single, they are typically unmarried and they have dependents under the age of, for child tax credit purposes, we'll say under the age of 17, but it could be older, of course, if you're taking care of a dependent in the home or other dependent care credit, which is someone that could be older than that you're also taking care of. So, in order to, if someone is filing a single status, that's typically what. Let me turn this off. Okay. So if someone is filing single, that is the general things that that person may have going on. Okay. If someone is filing head of household, okay, according to the IRS definition, to file head of household, you must pay more than 50% of the cost of living in that home. You must also be claiming dependents, okay? You can't file head of household if you don't have any dependents. You just can't, okay? That's one of the stipulations, is that you must have dependents to claim head of household. Now, whenever you file your taxes, if you're going to a knowledgeable tax professional, somebody that knows what they're doing and knows the laws, okay? They should be asking you for documentation to prove that you are the head of your household. Okay. If you're single, doesn't matter. If you're head of household, it does. Head of household is a tax credit that the IRS is now auditing more than anything. Okay. They are auditing people who file head of household more than business owners. Okay. They want to make sure that you are truly, truly the head of your household. So if you're going to a knowledgeable tax professional, they should be asking you for documentation to prove this. What documentation is this? Okay. So remember, I told you that in order to claim head of household, you have to pay more than 50% of the cost of living in that home. So that means you should have a lease or a mortgage statement, right? Because if you're the head of household, 9 times out of 10, those primary bills are going to be in your name. You should also have some type of utility bill, right? If you are the head of your household, you are paying lights, water, gas, internet, cable, any of those types of bills if you are the head of your household. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Yeah, excuse me, I don't know what's going on today. Here is where those lines get to be blurred, okay? Let's say, for example, you live in the house with your, let's just throw numbers out. Let's say you make $30,000 a year, right? And you live with your boyfriend, fiance, whatever. He's a truck driver. Y'all know I'm a big truck tax queen, so I'm always using my truck drivers as an example. But let's just say you make 30,000. Your boyfriend's a truck driver, he makes 100,000, right? You have a dependent, okay? One of the questions is, do you pay more than 50% of the cost of living in the home? Well, your boyfriend or fiance is making 100,000. Your rent is 1,000. He may say, you know what, baby? Since I make more money than you, I'm gonna just take care of the rent. You just pay the utilities, right? You just pay the utilities. You just pay $300. You are no longer the head of household because he makes the most money. He pays more than 50% of the cost of living in that home. Even if your name is on the lease, technically your boyfriend is the head of household or your fiance is the head of household because he is paying more than 50% of the cost of living in that home. Okay. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind. If you ever get audited, there have been several people who have been audited, not my clients. Let me put that out there, not mine. Okay. Some of these tax groups I've seen. There have been several people who have been audited for head of household. And let me tell you, if you get a letter, if your tax preparer put you down as head of household and you should have really been single, the IRS is going to ask you to prove it. They're going to ask you to show a lease. They're going to ask you to show utility bills. They're going to ask you to prove that you pay more than 50% of the cost of living in that home. So that's one of the things at Taskmaster Plus. We always ask for that documentation. So that way we know that you are truly the head of your household, okay? But let's get down to the nitty gritty of what you guys want to know. I just want you to have an overview of what head of household is and in comparison to single. Okay. But let's talk money. Let's talk money because I know that's what you guys are here for. You want to know if my tax preparer puts me as single, will it mess up my refund? Or will it make a difference in my refund versus if my tax preparer puts me as head of household? Okay. So when it comes to single versus head of household, okay, it is not a big deal depending on the income. Okay. Let's dispel those rumors. A lot of people think it is automatically going to get me more money if I'm head of household. I'm head of household. Hey, I'm head of. No, no, no. Okay. That is not true. Okay. So if your income falls below, I would say, and don't hold me to this now, but I'm going to say the mid 20s, 20 something thousand and lower. Okay. If you make around 25, 26,000 or less, your refund is going to be the same if you file single or head of household. Period. It's not going to make that big of a difference. If it is, it might change your state, maybe a couple dollars. Maybe you're going to get 500, but you're getting 435 or 450 or something like that. But your filing status of single versus head of household does not really come into play primarily until you hit about 30 something, 40 something $1,000. Then it does make a difference. It absolutely makes a difference when you're single versus head of household when you make a certain income. So I say that to say, if you are someone who's getting earned income credit or getting those big refunds, right? You get, I have clients with 3 kids getting $12,000, $13,000 refunds. They are the ones who are typically making less than that 25,000. So it's not going to make a difference at all if we put single versus head of household, okay? There's also a little something called the poverty guideline that we have to pay attention to, or that we should be as tax professionals. Every year, they release a scale that tells you what is considered to be in poverty or not in poverty. You can simply do a Google search and you can Google 2023 poverty guidelines, right? If you fall within that poverty guideline, you should be single anyway, okay? For example, I'm looking right here at the poverty guidelines for 2024. Let's look at the one for 23. Actually, no, we're in 24. Let's look at the one for 24, okay? So if we're looking at, let's say you're a parent and you're single and you have one child. According to the 2024 poverty guideline, you are considered to be in poverty if you made less than $20,440. Okay. So they are getting more strict on head of household requirements. So if you have one dependent and you made less than $20,440, this is for next year now, this is in 2024, you would be considered in poverty. You would also be considered a better candidate for a single filing status. Again, your refund is not going to change. And if anybody tells you any difference, they lying and they just trying to get you in their tax office, okay? It is not. It is not. Again, if you're making 40,000, 50,000, 35, 30,000, anything above the mid 20s on up, yeah, it will make a difference. It'll make a smaller difference, but the higher that income goes up, I have clients that might have made, let's say, 55,000 single filing status. They may have had a refund of, let's just say, 4,000, but head of household bumps it up to 5,500. So it does make a difference the more you make. But if you are someone who gets those maximum earned income tax credit, child tax credits, and your income is in below the mid 20s, it is not going to make that drastic of a difference. And you want to make sure, if you are someone who is filing head of household, make sure that you have your documentation in place, because as I mentioned to you, that is one of the number one most audited types of tax returns next to self-employment. Okay. Head of household and self-employment are the top ones that they audit. And again, if you ever get audited and they say head of household, let me tell you something, and I'm going to just be frank, because I've had two clients today call me and they both made less than $10,000 a year. If you make less than $10,000 a year, you are not head of household. And if anybody puts you as a head of household on their tax return, that is not true. Here is why. And I need y'all to hear me. Think about what I told you earlier. I said, in order to be head of household, you have to prove that you have paid more than 50% of the expenses in that home, right? 9 times out of 10, if somebody has made less than $10,000, they are probably receiving government assistance. Okay? Let's do a hypothetical, because you guys know I used to be a special ed teacher, so pardon me if I talk slow, and pardon me if I like to break it down. I know somebody put that on my YouTube comment. Ooh, she talks too slow. Oh, well. But anyway, so if you, let's say you make $10,000 for the year, right? You didn't work that much. You might have had a baby. You may have only worked a couple of months out of the year. You may have only made 10,000. I had somebody, they called me, they told me they made 5,000 with 6 kids. Okay. Now, if I go put head of household, come on now. Come on now. So, head of household, you have to prove that you pay more than 50% of the cost of living. What is considered cost of living expenses? You have your rent, you have your utilities. Okay. So think about it. If I live in low income housing, or if I'm on Section 8 and my rent is 1,000, but Section 8 pays 800, who's the head of household, me or the government? My rent is 1,000. Section 8 gives me an $800 voucher, or however they do it. Section 8 pays 800. I only pay 2. Are y'all understanding? Or as Ashley Ann would say, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Type in the comments if you understand what I'm saying, because I don't see any comments on this live. I hope you guys are learning something. Give me a thumbs up, a like, or something. Let me know you guys are there. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Did that make sense to you? Give me a comment, give me a like, give me something in the chat, please. Okay. So if you're head of the household, you paid more than 50%. A lot of people think, well, I pay my rent. My rent is $200. I paid it all. I'm head of the household. But what they're not considering is the part that they received in supplemental assistance. Tell you something else they're not considering, okay? They're also not considering how much money they receive in food stamps, right? They're also not considering what they received in child support, right? So, head of household could be a tricky credit. Let's say you're not one of those people who make 10,000, right? Let's just say, I don't know, let's just do a nice round number. Let's say you made 24,000, right? Let's say 24,000, that's 2,000 a month. Okay? Let's say that out of that 2,000 a month, and I'm calculating off the top of my head, let's just say your rent is 1,000, right? Okay, you bring home 2,000 a month, you pay 1,000 in rent, right? Okay. You have child support. You have a phenomenal, you're the father of your children. He is awesome. He makes good money. He makes good. Well, let's drop your rent now. Let's just say your rent is 750. Okay. Let's say your rent is 750, right? Rent is 750. You have a wonderful baby daddy, right? And he pays you $1,000 a month in child support. Remember, 50% of the cost of living and taking care of your child. So if you're paying 750 for rent, he gives you $1,000 for child support. Okay, right there, he's paying more than you. Let's say your utility bills, let's just say they were only $200, right? So now you're looking at $950 versus $1,000, right? So again, because he contributes to those expenses, you would not be considered head of household in the eyes of the I to the R to the S. Okay. So, this is why it is extremely important that you go to a knowledgeable tax professional. I get calls all the time. How much you charge? What's your fee? Y'all got to stop price shopping, because I promise you, you're going to get what you pay for. You go to the $100, $50, $60, $70 person, you're going to get $100, $50, $60, $70 worth of work. Okay. Y'all see these degrees back here? Right. You get what you pay for. Education, right? Education, going to conferences, always being knowledgeable, staying up to date on what's happening. In the past week and a half, I have been on 2 trainings directly with the IRS. Okay. A lot of you, oh, my cousin's been doing my tax for you. Ask your cousin, when is the last time she did a training with the IRS? Ask your cousin, does she know about the new tax changes to the tax laws? Ask your cousin, does she know the specific details surrounding this potential credit that the child tax credit that may be passing? That's another thing. If somebody tells you guys that that credit has passed, they lying. It has not been approved yet. If it does get approved. Now, could it get approved? It could, because it's an election year. And anything you do for the people during an election year always makes you look good when you're having an election. So it's very strong possibility that it could be approved, but it has not been approved yet. I've seen so many tax professionals post on their posts, the child tax credit, $3,600 child tax credit is approved. It is not yet, if it does. Okay. But if it does, of course, I'll be the first one to let you know. But yeah, so in a nutshell, if you guys learned anything, can you type in the chat? Let me know. Let me know that my teaching is paying off. Okay. If you've learned something here today, type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. And the reason I do these videos is because I don't want you to get in trouble with the IRS. I do not want you to, okay? And because I know that the head of household filing status is one of the most audited that's out there, you better make sure you are head of household. But again, and I tell my clients, it's like, listen, you made this amount of income. It is not going to make a difference. And my clients know, they already know whatever is put on that tax return, she's going to make sure she does whatever it's supposed to be doing. Who is that? Oh, Tradarius. Thank you. You from Mississippi. Okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I definitely do. Definitely do. So you want to make sure, again, that you're going to someone that's knowledgeable. I try to always let you guys know whenever I hear things or whenever there's something out or something comes out in the media, whether it's true or whether it's not. I always like to try to go live and keep you guys abreast on what's going on. Oh, but this is not even on the topic of head of household, but I do want to bring something to your attention with the child tax credit, though. A lot of people have been asking, should you wait or should you go ahead and file if you have your W-2s? And what I've told my clients is the choice is honestly up to you because, okay, uh, even if you have filed, you're still going to get your money. They're still going to send it to you. Now, if you're someone that, if that credit, again, it hasn't passed, if that credit passes, and you're someone that likes to get large sums of money at one time, and you want to wait and see so you don't have to get it later and you want to just get this big lump sum, yeah, you can wait and get it then. Okay. So if that is the case, you definitely can wait or do either or. But either way, I've had about 5 people call me today with a check stub. Cannot file with your check stub. I had somebody call my office yesterday and they said, uh-oh, hold that thought. 1 second, please. Thank you for calling Taxmaster Plus, where we get you the max back in your taxes. This is Dr. Murphy. How can I assist you today? Okay, so you said if you don't have any kids.
Yeah, and I self-employed. Do y'all do that?
Absolutely. We definitely do self-employed tax returns all the time. What type of work do you do?
I'm a barber, landscaping. I do all type of different stuff. Car wash.
Okay, okay. Did you file your 2022 tax return?
No, I never filed.
Oh, you've never filed taxes at all.
No, man.
Okay, okay. Was that just because you were unsure how to file a self-employed tax return, or was that just because you didn't have any income to file?
Uh, I ain't know how, or I didn't have any type of income. And then I've been having this thing with child support going on.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, I can definitely
So,
understand that.
yeah, so I don't know, like, if I do get anything back, they probably take it.
Okay. Do you have any W-2 income, or are you 100% self-employed?
I don't have no type of W-2 income. I
Oh,
always work under the table.
okay, okay. So here's the thing, and I'll just be upfront and honest with you. If you are self employed, a lot of people have the misconception that you'll still get a tax refund. So if you are self employed, you are most definitely going to owe. The reason for that is because you have gone the whole year and you haven't paid in any taxes. So you're going to have to pay in Social Security tax, Medicare tax, as well as income taxes because you haven't paid anything all year. So, whatever your income is after your expenses, you're going to definitely have to pay a tax on it. So, to answer your question, you won't get a refund based on the information that you're telling me right now. But don't think that just because you are self employed and you're not getting a refund, that you're not supposed to file. You are still supposed to file a tax return, even if you do owe. But going forward, if you would like my assistance, we can definitely help you come up with a plan to prepay those taxes so that when it is tax time, you're not having to pay all of those taxes if you're self employed.
Is there any way you can make it where I can get something back?
Absolutely not. If I'm assuming you don't have any dependents, so let me take that back. Do you have a dependent?
Uh-uh.
It's just you.
It's me.
Oh, yeah. If it's just you, you're definitely not getting a refund and you definitely will owe taxes. For sure.
I know my girl, she got dependent. She got two of them, but she didn't work this year.
Are you married?
Uh-uh.
Okay. So in order for you to claim, are they your children or are they her children?
Her children.
Okay. So yeah,
But I
so
said she might want to do it. I think she always used TurboTax,
you
but I know she saw the sign saying that y'all can get her 6,000 to 2,000 something like that.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did she work at all in 2023?
I think her last job was 2022 or 21 something like that.
Okay, okay. So whenever doing a tax return, even if she has dependents, she has to have had some type of income. Now, whether or not that income was on a W 2, or she could have had some form of self employment. Whether we have some clients who may have done hair, or they may be a gig worker where they may have.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she do hair, tattoos, and piercings, but I don't think she got no
Mhm.
like check stubs because they always paid in cash.
Okay, okay. So if she does something like that, that's not totally off the table. We would help her figure out how she can provide that documentation for what she did. A lot of our workers like that, they receive a lot of payments via Cash App, Zelle, Venmo.
Yeah, she got cash out payments.
Yeah, that
She
would be
got that.
perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have
But they
her to
just
call
send the
me.
money though, but they don't never send what the payment for. They just cash at it.
Okay. Okay. So this is what I would advise. I would definitely want to have a direct discussion with her so that I can exactly see just how she's getting those payments and how much she's actually receiving. And then once she and I have a discussion, then I could go from there and kind of give you guys better advice. But I will
Yeah, I got
say,
a lot of cash out payments too.
okay, well, that's perfectly good for you to show your proof of income. But I know your question was, will you get a refund? So the answer to that, even if you do have cash out receipts for your businesses, because you are 100% self employed and you have no dependents, you would not receive a refund. You would definitely owe.
Okay, but if she steals her cash out and her dependents, she'll be good.
If she has income, yes. As long
Yeah,
as she has that
she got
income.
income through her cash out and stuff like that.
Yeah, have her. What's her? Well, I'll get her. Have her to go ahead and give me a call, and then we can definitely discuss that. Where are you calling from?
Augusta.
Okay, Augusta. And how did you hear about us? You saw one of our signs.
Yeah, my brother showed it to me. He live in Metter.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Tell your brother I definitely have to thank him for that. But yeah, absolutely, we can definitely help you.
Where y'all located at?
We're located in Richmond Hill, Georgia, right outside of Savannah, but we serve
Yeah, I know what
clients.
it is.
We can serve clients virtually, so you don't have to come into our office. We can serve clients virtually as well. Okay.
And how do y'all do the refund? Like direct deposit?
We can do direct deposit. We can do a card. We can do a check. But if you do a card or a check, you would have to pick that up here in Richmond Hill. So most of our clients do direct deposit.
So how long do it usually take to get it back? The direct deposit and all that.
The IRS typically says allow 21 days for a refund. However, uh, if you're receiving one of the child tax credit earned income credits, it would have to be anytime after February 15th because of what's called the PATH Act. So typically, our clients that are filing now, they start to receive their refunds somewhere after February 15th.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll see if I can. I'll tell her to give you a call.
Yeah. What's her first name?
Jaquela.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I'll definitely be looking forward to speaking with her. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. And you have a good one.
All right.
Bye-bye. Sorry about that, but yes, I'm answering calls too. So yes, but yes, okay, Tradarius, you got a tax question? You're gonna inbox me? Okay, that's fine. But do you do the filing on the new homeowner's credit? So they haven't had a homeowner's credit in quite a while for new homeowners because I bought a house a few years ago and couldn't get one. Now I'll have to check for 23 and see if there's one, but that went away years ago with the first time home. I'm assuming you're talking about that first time home buyer's credit, but that definitely went away. So I don't know if it was revived for 23, but to my knowledge, it hasn't been. But again, I would research that to make sure. Um, all right. Thank you, Keela. Yes, everything is electronic and easy to keep you informed. Okay. Does anybody have any tax questions? Sorry that call took so long, y'all. I didn't think it was gonna take that long. My bad. But does anybody else have any questions? Any tax related questions? Uh if you are watching this and you are a Tax Master Plus client, um, you guys know you do get your notifications along the way when we're working on your file. So, anybody that I have currently in here, my goal is to get y'all out of here today. I have been at this office since 7 o'clock this morning and trying to get different things done. But I do see some new clients just popped in. But yeah, if you are looking to file your taxes, you can definitely visit that link. You can go to our website, taxmasterplus.com, and click on where it says click here to file. And it will ask you to enter your email address. You enter your email address, it's going to create you a secure account in our secure client portal. Thank you, Charlie. Is going to create you an account in our secure client portal. And then you'll be able to go ahead and start filling out your information. They actually made it easier this year too, guys. Tax Dome looks so much better. It's a lot more user friendly. Even my clients that are always like, I have to come to the office, they're like, no, I'm going to do it online. So you guys know, if you don't know, I live in Texas, but I came back to the Richmond Hill office for tax season. And I'm sitting here like, man, I could have stayed in Texas. I'm thinking these people are coming. I'm thinking this person is coming, but I do have some people coming next week. So I could have actually came a little later, but it's all good though. But yeah, it's very, very easy. It's easier to do it on your cell phone because you can just take pictures of your documents, upload it. You get emails along the way. You're going to get emails to let you know that we're about to start on the tax return. If you are new to Tax Master Plus, definitely download the Tax Dome app because we can actually chat with you through Tax Dome. So I can actually type, it's almost like an SMS message, and I can see you typing, you can see me typing, and we can exchange information back and forth. So a lot of times we do that if we need anything. If it's like, hey, your birth certificate for Jason is cut off, can you please resend? It's like, sure. And then they can just type, boop, send it right back, just like sending a text message. So it's still easy. Thank you, Pam. Yes, I appreciate that, Pam. Nicole. Okay, Tarita, you can still come. I'll be here till how long am I here? I'll be here to mid-February. I have to run to Dallas real quick for this weekend. Guys, I am being honored. Okay, I have a jacket ceremony on Saturday. I'm a part of this organization called the Sisterhood Circle, where they recognize female business owners. And so this Saturday they are having what's called our annual meeting and a jacket ceremony. So I'll be posting the footage from that. But you better know I will be doing tax returns in between, and my staff will be working even though I'm there. But I'll be back. It's just a little quick weekend turnaround, but I will be still doing taxes remotely. We just can't have any in-person appointments Friday and Saturday, but we will start back. Every time I get on live, hold on, y'all, I'm sorry. Thank you for calling Taxmaster Plus, where we get you the max back on your taxes. This is Dr. Murphy. How can I assist you today?
Hey, I was calling to get information. Um, my name is Jaquela, and I was trying to see what I have one dependent, self-employed.
Okay, Jaquela, could I give you a call back in about 5 minutes?
That's fine.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Oh, he didn't waste any time calling his girlfriend. Okay. All right. Did you guys have any other questions? I got 5 minutes. Any other tax questions? Let me know. Let me know. All right, Crystal, I see you watching. I told myself I was going to start my day early so I could leave early, but something tells me that that is not going to happen. I made my to-do list. I probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got about 27 things on my to-do list, and so far I have crossed off 3. Yeah, that is pitiful. I have, oh no, 4. Because one of them was to go live. I can mark that one off. Let me mark that one off. Go live. Got that done. Okay, that's 5. I got that and that done. Yeah. So, mm-hmm. 6. Okay. Got a little bit more done. But, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm rambling. I'm finna go ahead and get off because clearly I got some tax returns to get back to. I just did a little quick break because I wanted to go ahead and check in with you guys to dispel those head of household versus single rumors. But whatever filing status you use, whether it's single, head of household, married filing joint, married filing separate, whichever one we need to use for you, just know that you are in good hands with Taxmaster Plus. So I will definitely get you taken care of. And my team will as well. If you are filing with any of our virtual preparers, we do have 4 virtual preparers, one located in Swainsboro, Richmond Hill, Augusta, and I'm missing one, Metter, I think. But yes. Oh, I see a question. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Whoa, William. What? Okay, I need to know how that happened. What happened? He says, what if your income taxes were stolen by the preparer about 10 years ago? Can you still get your check? It was about $10,000. He got about 80 people. Is he still in business? I'm really curious about this, William. Is he still in business? Yeah, unfortunately, I hate to tell you, but 10 years ago is too long. You can only go back 3. If any refund is owed to you more than 3 years old, you cannot receive it. Now, in terms of him stealing it, that definitely sounds like something you should have pressed charges for. I'm not an attorney, I'm not giving any legal advice. However, if you have verified proof, this is just what I would do. Again, I'm not giving legal advice, I'm not an attorney, okay? But if a preparer stole $10,000 and you know it was stolen, you sure it wasn't an offset and the IRS didn't keep it? Are you sure they stole it? I know you said he got about 80 people, but are you 100% sure that that preparer stole the money? Okay. So if you are 100% certain and you have proof that they stole it, that sounds like something it was a long time ago, so I don't know how long the statute of limitations might be on that. But if they stole $10,000 from you, that definitely sounds like something criminal. Oh, he's in jail. Oh man. Okay. Well, was he in jail for stealing tax refunds? How did he steal it though, William? But let me not even act like I'm shocked. Because, guys, I have heard so many horror stories. Again, this is why you need to go to a knowledgeable tax preparer. I have heard so many. Let me tell y'all one of the things they do. I'm going to show y'all. So, okay, this is what's been happening lately, right? So let's say you go to the tax preparer and you get your taxes done, and they tell you, oh, your refund is going to be $8,525. Oh, you want it direct deposited? Okay, right? So you give them your bank account, or you tell them, I want a check. Do you know what some of these shady preparers are doing? Soon as you leave the office, they pulling out this right here. Let me cover up the account number. Let me put a sticky note on it. They pulling out this right here. You know what they doing? They putting your tax refund on a card. And then they keeping the card and keeping your money. Ain't that shady, y'all? That is shady. That is what a lot of preparers are doing. A lot. Let me not say a lot of preparers. Let me not dispel it, because I got a lot of preparers that follow me, and they are some very reputable, good tax preparers. But a lot of these shady thieves are changing the payment method of the taxpayer, and they putting a refund on these cards, and they're keeping the cards. So then when the person is looking for their refund and it's like, oh, it was dispersed, then they're wondering what happened. I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't like for people to get voicemail if I can help it. Thank you for calling Taxmaster Plus, where we get you the max back in your taxes. This is Dr. Murphy. How can I assist you today?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I just had a question.
Sure.
I did my TurboTax, and I just got a message back saying they reject me. If they reject me, can I just redo it again through a company or no?
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know anything about TurboTax because we use a professional tax software. So that's definitely a question for TurboTax, because I don't know what a reject might mean on their end.
Yeah, because it said I don't know. Okay.
But what I can tell you though is once you find out for sure, you can, if it hasn't been filed and you need to file with a professional, which I advise anyway, you definitely can give us a call and we can definitely help you. How did you hear about us?
Oh, the radio.
Oh, the radio. Hey. Taxmaster Plus. I love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. But yeah, my advice honestly would be to call TurboTax and make sure, to make sure it wasn't processed. I have another client that same situation. And if it wasn't, we can definitely help you out for sure. We just don't want to put in a return and then it's been accepted or something. It could have been that one of them was rejected, the state was rejected, the state was accepted, or the federal was rejected, or vice versa. So I would want to get 100% clarity. Mm-hmm.
Both of them got rejected because of the code. It's a code they gave me. It's an AGI. Need to be reviewed and rejected because of that. Because I had this guy do my taxes last year.
Uh-huh.
And he charged so much money. He charged $900. Yeah, so I don't want to go back to him. I thought I could go cheaper route with TurboTax, but it's rejecting because of that.
Are you self-employed?
No, I work.
So you're a W-2?
Yes.
Are you claiming any dependents?
No, it's just me.
And he charged you $900?
Yeah.
Oh no. We definitely would not be $900.
Yeah, when he did my daughter, she supposed to got back 5,000 something. He charged 1,100 some dollars to file her.
And she's not self-employed either.
No, she got W-2 form and she had a baby.
And he charged her $1,100. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's why I want her. I don't know. I'm thinking about going because I think what it is, we have to go to a legit. I don't know what he did because he's out of state. Mm-hmm. Well, he's not out of state from South Carolina. He's from Tennessee. So he did our taxes. I got all the tax information that he emailed me. Mm-hmm. But I think I want my government to deal with y'all because, maybe it's cheaper.
Well, I can tell you, we bill our tax prep fees is built by the form, so it depends on the tax forms we use. But I can assure you that we would not charge you $900 and you are single with a W-2. I can assure you that it will be less than half of that. So yeah, no, that's crazy.
Y'all located in Savannah or?
So our office is actually in Richmond Hill. We're right off of Ford. We're off in Ford Plaza, right in the heart of town of 144. So we're right in the middle of town. But we do virtual as well as in-person appointments. By appointment only in person. Mm-hmm.
So we can email our tax forms to y'all.
Let me do this. Let me hold on one second. Let me see here. Let me put you on a brief hold, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, y'all. Potential client. Gotta go. All right. Talk with y'all later. Bye-bye.